All right, for more on this, let's now cross to our reporter, Thabiso Moss, who is tracking that story for us. Thabiso, a very good afternoon to you. Of course, troubling reports coming out of Stilfontein. Just give us the latest numbers as you tell us, of course, Thabiso, where you are. We know that there were two shafts that we were monitoring for better part of about 2-3 months in terms of shaft 10 and shaft 11. But the concerned reports, of course, of those bodies that have been retrieved. Just give us a sense of where operations are to in as far as this is concerned.
Good afternoon, Unati, and our viewers at home. And those reports were disputed by the Department of Health here in the province, emphasizing that they've got capacity to accommodate all the bodies of those illegal miners across the Dr. Kenneth Kaunda district, and also saying that they've got other mortuaries like in Breds as well as in Phokeng. So that's the situation in that regard. But in terms of the numbers, 166 illegal miners have been retrieved alive so far since Monday. It's 34 today as of 1:30 this afternoon, and we are now talking about 78 bodies that have been retrieved. But let me bring on to the conversation the SABC spokesperson Atlanta Mati, just to give us a sense of where are they as the police with regard to the operation. Thank you very much. You earlier on you said that there are kingpins underground, and they were taking the food supplies that were sent underground or they were keeping those food for themselves. Just let us in on that. And you are saying some real kingpins are here on the surface.
Well, a very good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity. As I've indicated, we are sitting at 166 alive illegal miners that have been arrested since Monday. We are then sitting on 78 that have been certified as deceased. Our concern with those that are being retrieved is their health status and how they look. It does not tally with the food, tons and tons of food that was sent down there. So we are investigating a number of focus areas, one being that food that was sent down to the illegal miners were being kept by kingpins that are controlling what is happening down there. We're also investigating allegations that the majority of these illegal miners were kidnapped to come here. We were having conversations with some of them that have been retrieved shortly, and they indicate that they were brought here under false pretenses, under false job opportunities. They were not given a clear picture of what would be happening in Stilfontein. Some of them have not seen the light of day for more than a year now. So it's quite shocking revelations that intelligence and our detectives are following up. So on the issue of the kingpins, we feel that those that are blaming government are shifting the goalpost. The real people that should be charged with what has happened here is the kingpins that have recruited these illegal miners, majority of them being illegal immigrants in the country that were desperate for jobs. So they preyed on that particular desperation and convinced these persons to come down here to conduct this illegal mining. So we are searching for those kingpins. We do know there are some kingpins that have already been retrieved and have resurfaced and are already in police custody. We are working on that particular information, but we do believe that there are those kingpins that have been on the surface and calling the shots underground.
Are there leads that you are following as far as that matter is concerned of kingpins?
Absolutely, it is a matter that has been being investigated for quite some time now. We have our intelligence operatives that are on the ground following each and every information that is brought up, especially where these illegal miners are talking. They are giving us that information on what has been transpiring underground, and it's harrowing details. The abuse, alleged abuse and torture that they have been taken through by these kingpins. We have seen the videos that they've been put through RADA. We've seen videos that have surfaced of these illegal miners being tortured and abused by these alleged kingpins. So that is information that we have been investigating and we are following. So we are looking at various other charges to be added once we find the real kingpins. And while, like I've indicated, we have some in custody already.
Yeah. When were those videos taken, Atlanta?
Well, it does seem as though our cybercrime unit, rather, is still working on that information, but it does seem that it was taken at this particular shaft because it resurfaced with those that were retrieved from these particular operations.
And some community members are pointing fingers at government, specifically even the police, saying that your Operation Valomgodi, the cutting of food supplies, you are to blame for what is going on here. Makua, earlier on saying that they might approach the courts, taking into consideration the number of bodies that have been retrieved. Just in a nutshell, respond to that.
Those NGOs and lawyers are shifting the goalpost. The blame should solely rest on those kingpins that have recruited these illegal miners to come and conduct these illicit mining operations, not under our watch. Valomgodi is government's intervention to prevent and combat illicit mining operations across the country, and we are here to stamp the authority of the state, and we are continuing with our operations across the country.
Thank you very much. That's the police spokesperson, National Police spokesperson, Atlenda Mati, talking to us about what they have found so far, the information that they have as the police regarding the kingpins. I'll have to go back to the studio, but we are scheduled to speak to one of the community activists here, provincial spokesperson of Sanko, just to talk to us about what has been going on. But I've been told that I should hand back to studio, and then I believe that we'll be able to speak to him later on during some of our programs here on SABC. It's back to you in studio.
Thank you so much, Thabiso. Of course, we'll come back to you with that follow-up interview. Of course, Thabiso Moss in conversation there with the SAPS. Over 170 miners have been arrested and over 70 bodies, more importantly, retrieved from that particular shaft. Of course, police saying that they are investigating several elements to this developing story.